Yo, 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 how's it going? How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Let's get started. How's everyone? Yo, well?
Doing great, guys. How you doing?
Hey, good, man. How you doing?
Not great
I
today,
just
bro.
messaged you,
But
bro,
where?
on Instagram.
On his yeah. Oh
I just
man,
messaged you.
what a fucking morning, bro.
All good, all good. Don't worry.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. I'll read the message later after the
Yeah,
call.
yeah,
Thank you,
sure,
thank you,
sure,
bro.
sure. How is everyone doing? Yo, 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 yo. S2 Alec, Kashif, Z Alba, Niklash, Oliver, best brother morning, Chewy FX, Chewy Chewy. What's happening? What's happening? Yo, Ismail, Liam. Slow month. Finally coming to an end. Well, the 27th today, so we got like 2 more days, and then 1st of August on Monday, which is cool. Can't wait. Can't wait. Let's just. Oh shit. 1 second, got a phone call. Yo, I'm back. Chad, what percentage did you do this month? It varies obviously with different accounts I've got, but I just managed to do like 10% on a couple accounts, and then just other ones, obviously a few losses here and there and break evens. So that's it really. Not
Nice one,
much. Not that interesting, but
Good enough. Good enough.
yeah, good enough. Like, you probably seen on my Instagram story, like I think yesterday, like couple of like MFF and E8, which was good.
To be honest, also.
Sorry.
Sorry, bro, I'm in work.
What the hell? Bro, it's like 2 people. Oh shit. It sounds like you're talking to yourself in the background. I don't know. My mate out phone. Okay. Um, let me share my screen as well. Can you all see this?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, sick. That's still a bag shit ass month. Yeah, I know, bro. It is what it is. It's okay. Like, it happens, innit? Like, you can't expect every single month to be amazing. So we just have to live through some rough months, some holidays. I'm just gonna always remember though, like July is a month to like take off as a holiday. You don't have to trade every single month of the year. Like, especially if you're managing like, $10 million or whatever, you don't have to trade in July. Like, you don't have to. It's more stressful than that, right? Exactly. Holiday month. But in terms of obviously what we got, like on the high time frame, right? We had these wicks that we previously got mitigated over here to get a nice short from. I just refined it down to these, the top part of the wick, right? It's fully unmitigated. And obviously you can just even say that this wick here as structural liquidity could be used as inducement for that wick, possibly, yeah? And then in terms of what we've got currently, obviously this bit of price action was a bit confusing for people where, we had that break of 4 hour, we pushed up to mitigate, right? We pushed down, right? Gave that pullback. And yes, this is a shit wick as well because this wick takes out the high and the low of the range. But, just because it's a shit wick is fine for continuation, right? But it's not fine for like if you was to chop from, like, let's say we are already bearish and then chucks bullish, right? And then it continues bearish. Like, continuing bearish is fine, right? But when it chucks bullish, right, that shit wick is no longer like used then for chalk in terms of this range is invalidated, and I'm going to be like, okay, use a previous range instead, yeah? Because maybe this could happen, just like that, right? And you've seen it happen so many times before. So yeah, definitely like, yeah, just remember like, shape wicks are fine for continuation. So this one was a continuation. It has a clean order flow range. The space, the gap in the middle here, the 1-2 kind of pullback. One is bullish, opposing, and that's fine, right? So breaking this high, yes, it's 4-hour chart bullish. We just got to remember like, 4-hour like order flow is just used for like the high time frame, bigger picture. But we can, even if you didn't even use 4-hour order flow, it's still not a big problem. Like it's literally to help us in the direction. But if we understand like where we are selling from or buying from, and we can use 15-minute, 5-minute order flow ranges in our favor to help us in catching their moves, then that's good enough as well. But we got to obviously understand 4-hour bullish order flow like this, for example, because when we are looking for entries, we got to be, paying attention to, like I said, where you're selling and buying from, and you don't want to be selling in a high time frame demand zone, right? Like this. You don't want to be selling inside of these ever, right? Because you might see a bullish reaction, so you get easy stop losses, and same vice versa. You don't want to be buying inside of these high time frame supply zones, do you? Because, like I said again, you might see a bearish reaction, so you don't want to be catching them easy stop losses. Same like here, I'll show you what I've got, but the reason why I didn't take a sell like here was because of where we are. It's just not worth it. It's not worth my money. It's not worth my capital to risk, right? I'd rather risk it when it's like, just nice, like this, for example, where you got clean, bullish order flow, you got like clean, like, POIs, for example, and it comes in, take nice entries, yeah? Clean ranges, clean, yeah? Not this like wiki messy crappy stuff, that's just rangy wiki and all that crap, yeah? I'm not interested, right? It's just, you got to think about like where would you want to risk 1%, like not like shit price action. You want to risk it a cleaner price action, right? And in terms of 4-hour, we've got this bullish chart right here. So we've also got like some demand zones below. We've got like a 6-hour demand zone. We've got this 11-hour demand zone right here, this wick here. And in terms of, if you go back on the 4-hour, if you look at like, what flipped and broke this high in terms of like a SD flip POI, the reason why I've not got this, the reason why I've not got like this wick marked up is because if you think about it, like it doesn't look clean in terms of this to this, but then what about this to this, right? So you see how we have like extra sell to buy wicks over here. So I can't say that this is what really broke this high. I can't really say that. So then if you go onto the 6-hour, and now you got these wicks over here, and this one you can actually say like, okay, this really sell to buy broke this high, yeah. So it's just cleaner, and that's all I do. Is like, if it's cleaner and it makes more sense, I'll just use it. And as you can see, that bullish reaction that we're getting from it, yeah. But yeah, does that make sense, Bruno? Yeah. Bruno Mars. Come on, bro.
You explain that one more time, please.
Oh, hold on. Wrote the whole thing. Hold on. It's all crashed.
You went on months. Change it to minutes.
Hold on. It's all crashed. There you go. Oh, wait, what?
You're on 15 months. There you go.
Bro. Bro, what's wrong with this shit? Okay, cool. So hold on, explain it again. So in terms of 4-hour, like I said, why would I not be using these wicks here? Yeah, because you can't really say that this South by broke this 4-hour high. Yeah, you can't really say that because we also have these wicks before it too, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, but those wicks weren't engulfed, so they would be bad.
Exactly, but it's not clean as well, is it? So it's like, if it's not engulfed, it's not a clean demand zone, so I can't just be like ignoring this, right? I can't ignore it though. Just because it's not engulfed doesn't mean it didn't really break it though, right?
Right.
Engulf is just for us to find a clean POI. So, but the real thing happened, right? The real interaction and flip and break actually did happen. So I can't be like, yeah, using this, saying that this is what broke it. I can't really say that. But then if you go into a high time frame, I can say that these sell to buy wicks broke this high.
All right, good.
It's clean, push. It's just nicer. Connor, can you explain where we can take a 1 minute continuation from and the rules around it? I've seen some valid ones in EM2 channel and didn't know can continue to take continuation using EM2 at times. Did you watch the entries Zoom last time, or was it on? I explained it in there as well. In terms of like EM2, like we're bearish, 15 minute, come back into the premium, and you can take 1 minute continuations, right, as long as you're above this premium. Yeah. So you don't have to wait for it to come into like this POI. You can still take the continuations.
Yeah, perfect, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's even better when it has like a 15-second chop as a confirmation, but sometimes a 1 minute and 15 seconds are the exact same range.
Yeah, yeah. I've
And
been tempted to jump on stuff like that. I've come in, but I've just been a bit hesitant. Having that understanding now, that's great.
Yeah,
cheers, man.
yeah. No worries. So obviously we got like valid buys probably from here because we could continue higher pricing on this space. It's not the best space, but if we are really bullish, then like it should give you 10 from either here, from here, possibly EM1 buys. Sells are still valid from up here because at 11 now we have this body here. It mitigated and gave a bearish reaction. So yes, the problem that we're having right now is we're stuck in between like two high time frame POIs, like with not much of a space. Yeah, like seven pips. It's not really amazing, right? And that's the issue that we're having. So if you go to the 15 minute now, and as you can see, so who the fuck you texting me? So in terms of like what we got on the 15 minute, if you look on the 4 hour, can you see how we have this 4 hour bullish range, right? And this is at equilibrium. So do you remember how, okay, we have a 50 minute bearish chart here and we have that POI up here, which we can use for EM3, but only if price does not come into this 50%, right? If it comes into that 50%, the expectation order flow would be to make a new high. So I wouldn't be interested to sell. Simple as that. It would make this invalid, right? Then what do we have here? Is that you see how, okay, we tapped into that 4 hour supply zone, right? We get this 50 minute bearish chop here. This is both this 5 minute and the 50 minute chop from a 4 hour POI. So when they've both like done a chop together, you can still play 5 minute range. You can still play the 5 minute rules from the 5 minute range, which is gonna be what, here to here, right? This is a previous 5 minute range. Because if it breaks this high, 5 minutes gone bullish, and you can't now sell, right, using 5 minute anymore, right? You can only sell using EM2 or EM3. But we're not selling using EM2 because it's counter trend. This would be counter trend 4 hour, right? So I'm not interested in selling, right? Counter trend 4 hour. Okay. So we got this POI. Oh yeah.
I know, how are you?
Hey Nikolai, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, mate.
Good.
Quick question.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you consider the supply candle for EM3 there?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still bearish. If it went from bearish to bullish, then I would consider that, yeah. But because it's still bearish.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so this is EM2.
Okay. Yeah, but if you get another break, comes back into it.
That's why this is valid already, because if it was to break this, 50 minute goes bullish. Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Great, thank you, mate.
So that's why I'm not selling from here, because it would be EM2 sell and counter trend 4 hours, so I'm not interested. The 5 minute so let's talk about these buys first. But in terms of 5 minute, like we was looking at this to this, there was an entry, but I'm not interested because again we are in a high time frame demand, and look what happened, clapped anyways. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, look at the where would you want to risk your money? Not here, right? What for easy break even or easy stop loss? Why? What's the point, right? When you're in between a high time frame supply and demand zone, like you don't want to be doing business. You don't want to be interested to buy here, sell. You don't want to do shit. Yeah. So just leave it alone, right? So obviously we do get a 5 minute bullish chop now, and what flipped and broke that range? It was from here, okay. And price came down, didn't come back up, come down. So if you go into the 1M, what time is it?
Yeah, we might have lost the entry already.
Well,
No, 70% wrong.
Maybe.
hasn't come into 70% yet, but that's fine. It's just maybe missed it. But it's coming down heavily. So like, just be patient. And we still have this here. We still have, let's see something in here. Yeah. Like say these 2 minute wicks below 3.
How much for the 5M range?
The 5 minute, how big is that? Is that just one pip? Yeah.
I think it's coming to the 70% now.
Is the 5M range valid? Wait, Drake.
Just,
It didn't,
I think the
come
range,
into 70% yet.
No, I'm just saying about the 5M range.
but the range starts
Where
low.
Drake from?
Where did I draw it? Yeah, I drew it from here. What the fuck? You pushed it up here?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right,
That-
pushed it up.
I'm
Oh,
70.
okay. Okay, yeah, so now I give me 70. Yeah, sure. So just delete these now. Alright. So delete the 1 minute POIs and just wait for 1M chuck. Just in case now it like wants to just destroy all these lows as like liquidity, because mitigation to mitigation, so pretty weak. It's obviously not interested in going higher from this POI. So, you know, if I was interested to buy now, I'd have to like chuck on the 1M. So obviously it's like 1M is like over here, right? And then we can be interested. But leave that here. But the rest of the previous price action, the reason why these buys were valid is because it was pro trend EM2 4-hour bullish, so 4-hour broke bullish here, and then 50 minute was also bullish, right? Yes, we're coming out of the 4-hour or high time frame supply zone, but the buy is not in a 4-hour supply zone. It's out of it, yeah. So that's perfectly fine, right? And if you then go into the 50 minute, as you can see, we are bullish, but there's no inducement before this whole POI. So if you go into now the 1M, and obviously a couple of people took these trades in the morning, which is cool, like very nice trades. 1 minute, give a nice chop V-shape recovery, and there was no inducement on the 50 minute, there was no inducement on the 1M. So then what happens is you can take inducement after the 1M chuck. So the 1M chuck happens, we have this sell to buy as well. So this low could be used as inducement for the lower POI, the extreme. Comes into the extreme, sweeps that liquidity, gives you a 15-second chuck, right? And, you know, simply break even trade. After you broke like twice, mitigated my entry, broke again, that'd be break even for me. And then when it comes down, 1M again chucks bearish. So again, 1M chucks bullish again, and then we have a new POI. So we basically have all of this sell to buy engulf POI, right? Comes in, gives a 15-second chuck again, you know, gives another entry, right? So that 50-second chuck happened first time here, breaks, mitigation, 1 pip stop loss, covers a low. Again, this one, 15-second chuck entry, like one pip just covers like everything anyways. So that's fine. Covering these lows is ideal, but that's why like you're not gonna do 0.7. You can't really get you can't even get filled on that, like in terms of 1% risk. So yeah, just do 1 is a minimum. And then yeah, give the chuck entry when like obviously went mitigated, went again, continued, like break even definitely, and then just finish shit, right? So just saves your losses, saves everything really. Stress free. What happened now? 1M, this. Okay. So yeah, just waited for that. So obviously why are we buying from here? Because it's coming into that 6 hour demand here, yeah, and 4 hour bullish. So if it really is bullish, like if it really wants to continue higher, it could, right? So if you go into the 5 minute in that 6 hour POI, we have got the 5 minute chop, which is this bullish buy to sell, right? Takes out a high, what flipped and broke it, this low, yeah? Bang, bang, okay? So why we're waiting for 1M chuck is because what happened was there's a rule that I've got in terms of the 70% rule is that let's say we have a 5 minute bullish range, price mitigates into the discount of the range and it shoots off into the 70%. Like it wants to go and break the highs, but it's failing to break the highs. Yeah. So then obviously when price fails to break the highs, it might now go and break the lows instead, right? It's like a failure to follow its expectation order flow, right? So then for you to then look for buys, we should not be like so aggressive into like looking for buys anymore, like using seconds, yeah? For you to now risk your money, right? And to avoid so many losses, because this rule itself has saved so many losses, right? So for you to save losses, increase your strike rate, and to be safer and be a bit more secure and like, you know, a bit have like high probable entry, is to wait for now a bit of a high time frame chop instead of a low time frame seconds chop, yeah? And that's why. So yeah, let me just double check like news and everything as well, just to make sure what's happening. So let's see, FOMC, it's gonna be wild. Half an hour, we got USD, high impact news, okay. Half an hour, which is also, yeah, half one, okay, cool. Yeah, so literally half an hour, we're gonna see some shit, probably. So yeah, be careful. We're also in a 4-hour demand, no space for 10-hour sells, because the sells were obviously valid if there was no high time frame demand. Like 5 minute was bearish, it comes in, it gives you that 15 seconds chuck, which is takes out this high. Where is it? Takes out highs, which is this with equal highs. Yeah, so it takes out equal highs, then it takes out the low, which would probably be sell to buy. This is a shit with continuation. Bang, and then it would be like down here. So I can't use this wick when it's got no sell to buy. Takes it a high. I've been using shit with them. So it's pushed down. Yeah, it's got a gap, everything cool. Bang. Now it's gap in the other side, yeah. So push up, gap here, bullish candle. So that would be the chop down. That would be the break on top. Sell to buy. Takes out the low. Comes back in to mitigate here. 1 pip stop loss was huge. Anyways, is huge, like that big. But yeah, not interested. Like, why am I gonna be interested for like 2 hours? Stupid. Then you get clapped, right? So it's all like FOMO, and it's like when you just wanna be in a trade, like you just take anything, but you don't pay attention to like the left, or like have you got any space to do anything? Have we, you know, got any leeway, any room to move? If there's no room, then like why are you gonna risk 1%? Like for a stupid loss? Shouldn't you be risking 1% on a better trade? Like these trades are very good trades because you're pro trend 4 hour, pro trend 50 minute. It has space as well to go higher. You know, it's done a nice impulse and all this. Like, yeah, you could say it was generating like liquidity at the top, which it swept and then it melted that way. But it was also generating equal lows perfectly at the bottom, just like here. So yeah, both sides. And also if you pay attention as well, like when it sweeps one direction, like it most likely goes into the other direction. So if these equal lows were swept first, then, you know, you could say it was probably more of a higher chance and probability that it would probably go and take out these highs later. But the reason it took out the highs first was because, okay, its intention will take out these lows later, right? And something just to pay attention to, right? Cool. Let's see. So liquidity, both sides. And again, see, so like if you were trying to buy from here, you know, it just gets smashed anyways. Right? So it's all about, like, honestly, this rule itself just so logical and just like makes so much sense, and just obviously, you know, safer to do. Just wait for this one and chop. But has anyone got any questions? Let's see.
The EM2 in the morning, the second one, would it not have been possible to get entry on the next?
Wait, say again? EM2?
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning? Yeah, the EM2 buys, you mean?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
The second one, could it not have been entry on the next when it broke through the volume It don't have been 1.5 pips.
Could you enter if you broke
So the M1, and the M1, over there, a bit more to your left and entry.
Yeah, your mic is like, I can't hear anything. It's
when Breast went up through there, that was the M1 shock, and then it could have covered the low down there. So could have not been entry next.
If you mean entry like this,
it can cover it with 1.5. It's literally as it breaks.
You mean as this breaks?
Yeah, like that.
Like it covers it with like 1.6.
It comes back a little bit after.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously, like if the 15 second is aligned, then
yeah, it was aligned. That's okay.
Yeah. So it's 15 seconds. What, it comes down like this?
Yeah, when it came down there, that's exactly what it was.
Like here.
Yeah, like just on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done that, but
yeah,
it just feels in the heat of the time, the moment, like doesn't that feel so huge to you?
Not sure.
When everything is so compact and compressed, like I wouldn't be interested to do this shit. Like I'm only interested to do this shit when it's like impulsing like this.
Right.
When it's so tight, like small chops, small like pips and small candles, why would you want to have a huge stop loss when like most likely it'll give you a smaller stop loss? You know, it's just it's like just reading the price action, reading the ranges. Like when they're so small and compact, then why increase your stop loss size? Because that will just actually lead to like either you're unable to go break even then, and more losses or more break evens or whatever. I don't see it being like a smart decision to do, to do that.
All right, yeah, got it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no worries. Let's see if it's still melting yet. Cool. So nothing yet. Could you show us again where you went break even on the first buy? The first buy would be here. So in terms of this first buy, right? You see how it's like chopped, right? Pushed down, broke, right? Again, pushed all the way down, broke here. Then of course, like when this is gone, like that's break even there for me. Mitigation, gone, broke, impulse, that's break even for me. I'm not messing around in here. And I'm saying like this, broke, came down, broke again. Like I'm like when I see these candles going like bullish like this, I'm gonna break even anyway. like this one break even, but yeah, of course, when I see this continuation, 100%, I'm just like break even, right? Let's see. Are we bullish on 1 minute? I knew someone was gonna say this. Like everyone's always looking right here. Yeah. Don't look like when you zoom. Okay, so now you're on the 5 minute, right? Okay, so on the 5 minute, you're looking at your current price action, which is this to this, right? When you now go fractally, like inside, now you have to start looking at this bit of price action, right? Then when you go into the 15 seconds, now you're looking at like this bit of price action, yeah? As in, shock like this, yeah? So it's all like fractal. Like you don't then go on the 15 seconds and then be like, oh yeah, like something like here was the same, yeah, like the 5 minute and 15 seconds are the same. You can't be doing that. Yeah, it's all fractal. You go inside, like it's like into the matrix. You know what I mean? So don't compare your 5 minute to lower time frame. This is 5 minute. It's a 5 minute, right? And on the 1 minute, if it's making lower lows, lower highs, then I'm going to use this as my double confirmation. Like ignore this left side and just be like, okay, this, breaking this high. Okay, that would be the chop. Look at this gap. Looking disgusting. Okay, so New York opened, right? So that's probably why. Cool. Also, can I see a paper? Taros, if you go and watch the video on the website called Putting It All Together, like I'm gonna do it on Sunday again, but like yeah, definitely rewatch that one because that covers it. And obviously when the trade comes, like I take it anyways here. So Justin, Just
so you said that pretty much when price action is that sloppy and stuff, we better not take chalk, even if we see it on the 15 seconds or 1 minute. That's where I get a bit confused, because pretty much every time I see a setup, personally, I take it.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, I mean, if I see the setup, I take it no matter what. That's just me, maybe, but watch price, bro, if you want now. If you want to take the entry, because it chopped on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm not interested though.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, it's
so, for example, now, we don't even have space for a trade, right? If we wanted to take it.
Now?
I mean,
right now,
if we wanted to go long and have a 10R.
Yeah, it'd have to be like up here.
Yeah,
at least. If that's with a 1 pip
Yeah.
plus.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. Is that why you don't take it now?
Yeah, I'm not interested right now. Honestly, the way that this shit price action is, and then the way that we have no space in between supply, demand, like, you know, we're stuck in between two ranges, like two high time frame POIs. And then also because it's July. Like it's July, it's the last week of July, and I've already banked my money, so it's like I really am not trying to get clapped again, like in these next 2 days. But like if it's something clean happens, like if it was like this, like on the past, like flowing, right? Like flowing, right? When it's clean, yeah, I'm interested, of course. Yeah. Even this is okay. Like just a bullish, nice price action. I'll come down bearish, you know. Like I'm interested, but right now we just look at all this shit, then look at all this shit, and then I look at like this is not too bad, but still, I think it's still for clues. It's also that's the reason why I'm not trying to get into any sort of shit moves at the moment, because they all, in my opinion, they're all low probable, like because of the whole situation. It's not just because of the entry model or the range, like the chalk or anything. It's just the whole fundamental foundation of the whole bit of price action that we are stuck in between this last couple of weeks. It's all BS. Like you see how it's why aren't these working out? Like why is it then breaking this low? Then it's chucking bullish, and then it's like not respecting football. Like I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. You know.
Yeah.
I've been like, I mean, yeah, I've been in this for like long enough to identify, like I can read price action very well, and then when I can understand like it's not like doing what its objective is to do, and it's just messing around, and it's wicky and rangy, then it reminds me of like EU. I don't know if you used to trade EU.
No,
you didn't trade EU. Oh, okay. It reminds me of EU, and like EU is like ready. Yeah, I don't wanna trade that again. Like it gets rangy as fuck as well, and it doesn't look.
Yeah, I was just wondering, my initial question, because of course well now you have the experience for sure more than us, and you have the eye. You train your eye to see to recognize the bullshit from the non-bullshit.
And that's what I'm teaching you. That's what I'm teaching you.
Yeah.
So you can get that head start basically, because
I was wondering also for the people that joined, a couple weeks ago that don't really, maybe they don't have that eye yet, of course. And not even me, because I would have took this trade if we didn't have that supply at the top. So like you can say it's a valid trade, but indeed,
but I'm not like interested, because it has to do too much. Like it has to break like this POI, and it has to like 50-minute bearish, it has to break 50-minute bullish to even come into that, and it has to come into 4 hours supply zone. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't have that supply at the top,
I'm taking it.
I would have taken the trade, because I would have space for a 10i if I had free space. I would have taken the trade anyway. But
yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, because it's so small. Like it's so funny as well. Like, how is it New York, and then it's given like 1 pip being this big? Because usually it would look like this.
Yeah.
So again, something doesn't sit right. Like it feels like there's no volatility right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Like why is the candles like 0.3 pips? I don't know. It just seems tiny to me. Like all these ranges are tiny right now. Like you see how this 5-minute range is 3 pips. You understand? Like it's crazy. Like like a 15-minute range of 7 pips. I mean, that's not too bad because it was a nice impulse, but yeah, like other ones are they're not even that big, 6 pips. So yeah, it has to do too much for you to hit 10 hours, you know. Because if we are going for 10 hours and if that's what the stats show is like most profitable, right? You don't want to be going for 5 hours because your strike rate needs to be double. You get me?
No, of course, yeah. If I don't have a 10 hour, I don't trade. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, think about it. Like, do you want to waste your time, your hard effort, and your money on a trade that only goes for like 5 hours? Like,
no, not really.
Like, that's stupid. Like, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your efforts, you're wasting your patience, your psychology. You know, on a shit trade like that has no potential. That's stupid. Because if that trade only has potential 5 hours, most likely you can hit stop losses like more often too. It's just it's all about like logic and experience comes into play, but it is like logic. It comes with time. You'll see. So
all good, man.
I mean,
all good.
Especially with FOMC later, you're not gonna get great PA.
With what?
With FOMC.
FOMC, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like rangy.
Anything clean now. Probably just build liquidity.
Exactly, innit? So like it's like NFP days or FOMC and ECB. Like these big days, you just won't see like clean SPA before. You won't. It's just be rangy, like generate liquidity both sides, just like this one happened. Just both sides. Then it smashed the top and then it melted. Yeah. So again, these lows don't look amazing. These highs, right? Like, so it takes the highs. It could take the lows. I'm not trusting this, but I'm not trusting anything right now. You know, it just doesn't seem flowy. It doesn't seem like it's respecting shit. So it's so slow to move away from here too. Like, why?
Bro. You see the 1 minute chop, right?
Yes.
According to the 70% rule, you can essentially take it as close to as possible. So if after the 1M chop and 15x S was still aligned and you could put the SL below the low, that would technically be valid, right?
Yeah, it was. So 1 minute chopped here and then it pushed down. That 15-second was aligned, so you could enter like here, right?
Right.
Like that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Was that 1.5 pip?
1.3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1.3. So not bad, but it's just
it's weird. I get it.
It's just it's just not feeling all of this because like I said again, it has to do too much to do shit. Like it has to overcome this high time frame supply. It has to break 15-minute like bearish order flow. It has to do too much shit. Has to do a lot to get here. But that's not even 10. 10 is like up here now. So it's 4. But it's good to like obviously talk about this stuff, innit? Like especially because you know in other months or if like when PA is always like clean, it's always volatile, like you won't get this type of discussion and stuff and just like understanding of what to do, what not to do. Yeah, like how to read price action when it's shit and when it's good. Like then you can make your own, you can make your informed decisions and be smart about your decisions. And when you're managing big capital, like you don't want to be doing like shit moves and interested in like crappy plays when you're managing big capital, because like I don't know how you're gonna feel when you're taking like losses on 10 million or something, like 100k loss, whatever. But yeah.
Okay, I had another quick question actually.
Sure.
On the at the bottom of that 1 minute shock, you see the doji that made the low.
Which one? You talking about? Talking about this?
Yeah, that one there. Yeah, the very first one coming down. Yeah, at the bottom. Yeah, that one. So of course you don't consider it as informing new ranges, but do you consider it full price? Yeah, to reach the low, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sweet. All good.
Yeah, it's just a price point, but not a bullish.
Yeah, so maybe a stupid question, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
No, it's fine. No worries.
Okay, all good.
All good.
Yo, bro, you have an 11-hour S&D zone, I think a little bit above, right?
What's up?
You have an 11-hour S&D zone a bit above.
Yeah, 11 hour, this one here, the 11 hour.
Yeah,
this
sure.
Body here, unmitigated, yeah.
Which wasn't engulfed. I'm a bit confused on maybe.
Doesn't need, the whole wick doesn't have to be engulfed. It's just this top body and wick.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. When you're marking the whole candle like this, then it has to be fully engulfed, like the whole body. Black candle needs to have a full body close below this bullish candle, right? But the only thing that's clean right now is just this extreme bit, right? This wick and this, yeah, fully unmitigated. So
if also be applied on the low time frames like 15 and 1 or
yeah, it's always like that. So like let's say 15-minute. Yeah, so let's say there's this price action 16. So this 17-minute, right? I'd mark this whole body and wick, yeah.
Right.
So let's say price came into it and then left, right? Then I can't use now this body, yeah. So I just use this wick, for example.
All right.
Yeah, it's all fractal. Same shit on different time frames. Same stuff. Let's see. FOMC, Astor. Put your hands up if you've got questions. I have to read through. Picasso, yo. Picasso.
Yo, man, can you just show me the real quick on a 1 minute those M2 today morning that you had? Because I wanted to enter it. Yeah. Okay, so that's valid. I wanted to ask you if they valid.
Yeah, they're valid. Yeah. They're valid because it gave a 1 minute chop, right? But it swept liquidity afterwards and it came into the extreme.
Yeah. Basically, that's what I did. Okay, I'm good. Oh,
that's good.
Okay, so happy.
No worries. No worries. Mayho, how come for the second 1 minute entry for the EM2 you didn't take the first 15-second chop in the 1 minute demand? All right, give another one. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about like here. Yeah, you could have taken it from this one as well. Yeah, I see it now. This 15 seconds. Gave an entry here too. Same scenario, would have been break even like higher up than inside. So if this was the entry, and you took it like this 15 seconds, yeah. So that would have been probably another break even. So your entry, stop loss again, 1 pip would be just covering the load anyways. Comes down, fully mitigates, and then where's the 1M? Where is it? Okay, so this is the entry. Comes down, breaks, 1M chop. 1M chop bullish here. You can't go break even. Yeah, to be honest then, if this was your entry, either you could either take out this high, right? As like a 1 minute leg. That's probably that is actually what I'd do. Because this is 1 minute leg, right? And you can't go break even anywhere here because it would be below your entry. So yeah, I would actually just go break even. As soon as it breaks this 1 minute leg and it's fully mitigated, my entry is gone, I'm going to break even here, right? So I'm not interested in this shit wick here, right? So that was another entry, yeah. So yeah, basically 3 break evens. This would be break even too. What's 5 minute doing now? It's 5 minute. Why is it fucking up my thing? Okay, so 5 minute. Broke again here, but not playing EM1 because 15 minute is bearish and we've come into obviously the premium, right? So I'm not trying to buy. If expectation order flow on the 50 minute is to make a new lower low, so I wouldn't be trying to buy anymore. And that's the thing about this buy again, like I said, it's just so much shit against it as well. Like I'm not interested. I don't care what happens to this buy. Like
Cash, to be honest, I don't really get the idea of this entry, even if you didn't took it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the one shock, I get it. But,
yeah.
We don't have 1.5 pip stop loss. So how this would be even possible to get in there?
1.5. It gave smaller than 1.5. Get like 1.3.
Let me check it.
Yeah, it gave a small stop loss, but I'm just not interested in it. That's the reason. Like I didn't take it. Just don't like how it's all compact and shit against it. We've got high time frame supply, demand, top and bottom.
Yeah. This was what I understood, but I didn't understand the stop loss placement, you know, because it doesn't look like you.
This should be the protected low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is what led and it's like mitigated the previous one. So if it breaks this low, why should it respect like any of these mitigated lows? But yeah, I'd have it under here, right? Like 1 minute is bullish, 15 seconds is also bullish, right? If you know, if this was like a small stop loss, like even this 15 seconds sell to buy should have been protected, which it did, you see. And that to that, like protection of orders, right? So even that's the stop loss. But I'm not gonna have 0.5. I'm gonna have at least like 1 minimum, right?
Okay. Okay, I got it. Thanks, man.
No worries. Any questions? Started with EU, then moved to GU, then graduate to indices. EU never again. And GU will just sweep you. Like it doesn't care about your order, bro. Like it will just take you out and then go to TP. Like it literally does not care. I was looking at this news at 8 minutes too. How long have you been trading the system? Since start of the year, been on US 30. So cash, if we have time, can we look at the took trades are sent in the DMs? In the DMs? I'll have a check. Just got in a group yesterday. Can you tell me what a shitwick is? An example would be nice. It has very good explanation in Discord. Lots of shitwick source in the order flow section of source. Yeah. A shitwick is that's just a quick one. I explained it on a Zoom call actually. So definitely watch the Zoom calls. But it's like when price is making bearish order flow, right? And then the same candle that actually broke this low, right? It also goes and actually breaks the high too. Like the same candlestick, one candlestick down and up, takes at the low, takes at the high. Yeah. So this would become a shitwick. Like you wouldn't know, okay, where's your high and low anymore, right? Then what you have to do then is use the previous high and then the low as like one range instead of saying like this, right? Because this one shitwick confuses everyone. It's just like indecision, and you know, you don't want to be like, how do you know where to buy or sell from if it's like indecision, indecisive price action, and you know it's taking out highs and lows of ranges, like it's not clean, and you want to use something that's cleaner, which then is the previous range, because this shitwick invalidated this range over here. Okay, so use a previous range as your high, then push all the way down as like your low, right? And the only time that this shitwick you know, would be like valid would be, okay, if, for example, right, this buy to sell, right, this bearish range was valid. Okay, we have like a gap in the range, we have one candle in the range, for example, and one was bullish opposing. But let's say in this opposite range, the sell to buy, right? If this had a valid range, like it had a gap in the range, it has a bearish candle, has a candle pullback, everything was valid in terms of like a range. This shitwick then would be valid if it follows through. Okay. If there's no follow through, I mean, like it's valid. Yeah, if it has a follow through, if this is a shitwick, yeah, follow through, and then you can be like, okay, that's like a proper sell, like a proper low and high. Okay. But all the explanations and the charts itself, it's in the Discord. Therefore, go and like have a look. Okay. If it doesn't follow through, right, and it continues bearish, then again, like that would be a continuation and not a chalk, right? a continuation is okay as a shit wick, but a chuck is not okay, right? So then I would be like, okay, low, pullback. Again, it has to have a proper range on the downside. If it doesn't, then, you know, you have to use a previous range. But yeah, like it's a bit confusing if I just draw it, but you need to go and check it on the charts. Like, I'll show you one quick example. Like, you see how this one candlestick here, it's not a shit wick right now because it didn't take out this low, right? But let's say it took out this low, yeah? And it took out the high as well, right? With one candlestick, yeah? So this is called a shit wick. It's like an indecision. It's a kind of like a search and destroy sort of thing, like sweeping liquidity on both sides as well. So yeah, this is a shit wick. So if price action was like bearish and then went bullish with one shit wick, that would be invalid for a chalk, right? But if we was already bearish, right, and then it does a shit wick like this, right? That's fine. You can still use that as like your high, low, pull back, take a trade, possibly like this. Okay. But yeah, it can become difficult to like understand at first, but trust me, after a period of time, after a while, you'll understand more about shit wicks. Cleaner descriptions and charts in the actual Discord. So just have a look through that. And if you don't get it, ask me questions afterwards. But yeah, let's see. Ahmed, you need to chill out, bro. EM2 right now is for a counter trend, so we're not taking it exactly. So pretty much we don't have space for buys and for sells. So just wait for some new EM1. So yeah, like right now in terms of 4 hour, what do we have? We have obviously that PA, that this supply, this demand. Yeah, so like the best thing would be obviously like if there's no space for buy, I mean, you could take a sell, right? Because then after this, it would become like invalidated, right? You would delete this demand after this has gone. If this has broken 15-minute chop bullish, then you delete this. So you don't have like much in the way of sells then, right? Because you can sell it down to at least here, possibly, yeah? So then that would be 10 hour. That's 27 pips, yeah? Or buy from here, yeah? Buy from here, sell from here. That's the next two places, isn't it? Realistically.
So Kesh, now we gotta refine the 4 hour supply, right? That sorry, it was not on 4 hour, was on.
I mean, this demand, you mean?
No, I mean the supply because it was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it dropped on 15, yeah. So now.
Yeah. So I'd have this wick just like this, yeah. Let's just double check for
what time frame are you on? Yeah.
Let me double check it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's that? 8, 7. Nah, that's tiny. What's that? 6. It's just this extreme. 6 hour. It's the only thing that looks okay. Looks good enough. 7, 8. So similar to 7, 8. Up there. Okay. 9, 10. Yeah, I'd probably just use it as like the 6th one, which is pretty much the same as a few other time frames. I just use it as that because I don't want to use a bearish candle for like a supply. I want to use a bullish like the buy to sell. So the wick up is a buy.
Just the wick of 6 hour.
Yeah, the wick of the 6 hour. So I'll just wait for price to come into this, but also let's just have a look. This is still valid, right? Because it hasn't come into the discount yet. So that is still valid too. And after if price comes into this, we delete this, and then it has space.
Yeah, once it breaks that high, yeah, that's the 15-minute supply, you mean? Oh, that high. Yeah, okay.
Once it breaks this 15-minute chop,
right.
It deletes
yeah.
Sell it down. Yeah. So you see the game plan. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like
and that 15-minute supply, I just refined it to that part of the week of that big bullish candle like you did, but
I have a 16 here. To be honest, I just use that.
Oh, you did 16. All right.
Yeah, I think 16, 17, 18. I think that was the only thing that was. Also, 21 is the same. 22, 23. 23 is also the same. So they're pretty much the same. It's just that top wick, really.
Yeah.
That bullish buy to sell, never mitigated. Yeah. So I just wait for like price to come into this, and yeah. So like, just ask yourself again: do you want to waste your time on this trade? No, not really, bro. It's a shit trade, man. You feel me? Would have been break even. Gotta be professional. It's like, yep.
Yeah, I was in it. I hopped out the second you said that there's not enough space for it to get anywhere. I just
it's
pointless anyways.
These things, you know, like they come in time though. Like obviously, it's just experience in it. So when you go through now you understand it. Like okay, like next time I take a trade, make sure it actually has flipping space to even move. Like, this has nothing. Like this is so much things against it. Like it's reacting from that 15-minute supply zone because 15 minutes is bearish. You see, this is what flipped and chopped the low, right? So it's like it's reacting from there. So yeah, just because we're not interested to take a counter trend sell, it doesn't mean it might not react from it. And if you yeah.
All right, yeah, the little things.
Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Like you learn like every day.
Yeah. I always think that like the second I understand it, it should just be magically just perfect, but comes with time. I keep like sometimes like taking trades and like the opposite side of the premium with discount, and you want to catch me out on that. I never realized.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, good, man. It's all a learning process, and once you get that experience, like after a couple of months, 3 months at least, something, like you start to understand, like okay, like last time I did this, but I shouldn't have done this, and next time I won't do this, and blah blah blah. So that's what I did, man. Honestly, like the amount of mistakes I made, the amount of losses, the amount of like stupid errors, human errors, and just because of form, or just because I want to pass now, I want to make money now, I want to do something now, quick, and then as soon as I start taking all these shitty trades like these ones were good, but this one, it's shit, to be honest. Again, like no space. But yeah, just me like not really identifying and reading price action properly. That's what led to like me losing challenges and losing like accounts, whatever, like failing. Yeah. So now it's all good, all Gucci. Okay. Oof, look at that wick. Holy shit. Thing wildness right now. But yeah, let's see. There was no sell. I remember someone posted a sell in the morning on the 5-minute chalk from like some sort of 4 hours of supply. But like if you go in, the 5-minute chalk was clean. But then if you go into like an entry, you didn't really give the entry in the premium. So like this is a 1 MPOI, taps in, you get a 15 seconds chalk, but look where it is, like down here. Yeah. So like where's the discount is here. Yeah. So it's like you're trying to sell in discount with no space to do much. Like what's that, 2 pips to the low? Again, not real like space as well, and it's just in the discount, so it's like invalid for you to just enter like this and this. I don't like that trade at all. So yeah, nothing in here, nothing to see. Look at that madness. Slippage is real, bro. Like this wick, I mean this candle, like slipping, like it can easily slip, like especially some brokers are just dog shit as well. Like they close your trade like a second later, and even that 1 second later is like you're down 2%. Honestly.
Oh, Cash.
Yo.
Quick question on the entry from yesterday, the one, the last 10 hour with 2 pips stop loss.
Let's see.
Pretty much 1.95 or something.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This one, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, what's the criteria there? Because for me, I would have put, I would have waited for 1.5 to be tapped, and then of course click sell. I would never use 2 pips. So I just wanted to know a little bit.
I would never use 2 pips
if it's a rule or if it's a discretion of each one of us, or
It's New York session, isn't it? So if you think about, like I said, like the volatility increases, the pips sizes increases, the candlesticks increase in size, like everything. So you see how the difference between this one candlestick is 1.5, like basically 1.5 pips is one candlestick. Whereas look at today, one candlestick is 0.3 or what, I don't know, 0. Like it's crazy difference, right? So again, it's about
so should you say that we should get, instead of a standard 1.5 as we usually do for London Lal or early New York, we should jump to 2 pips from late New York?
I wouldn't jump to 2 pips. To be honest, I would miss it at 2. Like I would never take this at 2.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering why you put the entry, because I knew you never take trades like on 2 pips. So
no, I don't take them on 2 pips. If it's lower, like because I've taken trades at 1.8, 1.9. I've taken trades like these 1.8, but I just 2 pips. I wouldn't take it. Like literally, if it was like there, I would not take it. Can't lie. Yeah, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I would not take it because I've seen too much that like either it won't go 10 or it just be too big, and then what happens is if I execute here, it might even come in a bit smaller later, and I'll be like, oh, I'm such a stupid dickhead. Like what am I doing? Right? Like why did I execute early? For me, it feels a bit more like formal or something. Right? So
yeah. So did you take that entry or not?
This one. Did I take this entry? Did I take this entry? Fucking can't remember. Let me see if I posted it. If I didn't post it and take it. Wait, did I take this? Yes, I didn't trade. Yes, I didn't trade.
No.
Yes, I didn't trade it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because I mean, it's okay if you put it there for our knowledge, just to know that there was an entry technically and respect to the setup and everything. But I wonder how many of us took that short, knowing that it was a 2 pip stop loss.
A few people took it short. Yeah, a few people took it short. A few people took it short. It was a very nice shot. But again, it's like I didn't trade yesterday. What day was Tuesday? Let's see.
Yes.
Did I take that? Took that. Yeah,
and at the end it just tapped 10R. Actually, I give this was often one of those candles on 15 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, I took this trade. Yeah, I took this trade. And then what happened here was like the whole time was probably pretty late. Yeah, I didn't take any of these because I took this one here. I remember this is the one I was in, and it went nice 5 and then just hit break even. And then after that, I was like super busy all day long. This was late New York, 6 o'clock, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Yeah. I didn't take any of these break evens or nothing. So yeah, that's just because it was just pretty late in my day, and I was busy all day, so I just left it out for that. Also, just like where the thing as well, like being July, being how we've seen how that PA has not been amazing, how it's been so crap and wiki like this. When I got that break even on the first trade, what I said to myself was like the fact that like if it wasn't probably July and like everything was because everything was clean, like it was bearish, everything was clean, like 4 hours bearish, 15-minute was bearish, we got 15-minute bearish, whatever happened here. If it wasn't probably July, it probably could have easily taken out this low, but instead it chose to do all this shit and then take out the low, right? So I said to myself, I was like, okay then, if he wants to mess around like that, like why would I need to waste my time all day long, like in this PA? Why? Like, do I have to? Like, is someone shooting me, like putting a gun to my head? I know. So because I have like big accounts, I don't need to do so much, if you know what I'm trying to say. Because when you have big accounts, you just need one trade in a month, literally. Like that's literally what I did on two of my accounts. I took like one win on each, like literally, and 1% risk. You're done. Like get payouts, and what more could you ask for? Not really much. So like, that's why I don't need to be in this trade. I don't need to be in every single trade. What I'll do is I'll just wait for clean price action, and I'll be in that one trade, right? You see what I'm trying to say?
Bro, so essentially, removing the account size from everything and just like the level of FOMO, would it just start for everyone just who is like doing challenges or just doesn't have enough experience with the strategy, just wait until August to have a bit of cleaner price action?
It's not even about it's not even about just August. It's just about like price action could have been cleaner this month. It could be like it just, but yeah, obviously historically and the data starts to show us like obviously July is the worst, but it doesn't mean that it has to be. Like it means like it has a more of a likely chance that it could be. Yeah.
Right.
But even if it was clean, then yeah, you can trade it.
All right. So guys, just chill out when the PA's like this.
Yeah, of course, just chill out. Like, you know, the reason why, like I said, like I'm being like how I am is because I've been through all this hard shit before, and I know like to be a professional trader, like you don't need to be in every single trade every single day, and that's why I'm teaching everyone here to be like the same, because what people get is like I said, FOMO, and you want to be in every move, up and down, buy, sell. I used to do this, and I never got consistent doing that. Like, and I'm one of the hardest workers you'll ever meet, and if I'm not like smashing out this shit, being ping-ponging up and down, like it's pretty rare for other people, I'd say, to smash out that shit. And I don't see a lot of people at all smashing out ping-ponging with consistency, with like high strike rate and all that bullshit, right? So I don't really see that. So like, obviously for me to then be like, okay, I need to chill out, I need to actually be patient and be disciplined and wait for things to be aligned in my favor, order for, you know, there's a lot of people that actually just only wait for like 4 hour to be aligned, 15 minutes to be aligned, 5 minutes to be aligned. Everything needs to be aligned, right? We don't even do all of that. But some people actually do all of this. So imagine how many trades that they take a month. Like, I don't know, 3. Right? Like, as in how many setups come when every single thing is aligned, right? How many setups come? Like, not that many, right? So what that means is 4 hour, like here, needs to be bullish. Price comes down. 15 minute also needs to be bullish, and then 5 minute also needs to be bullish, and I don't know if the 1 minute or 15 seconds also needs to be obviously bullish. Like, so how many trades happen like this? Not a lot, right? And if that person is only waiting for that one thing to happen, like everything is bullish aligned, so obviously the strike rate must be much higher, and like they know that okay, they have a big account, they can risk 1%, they can you know, if they bank 10R, that's 10% done. Like they leave for the whole month. It's the same as basically what I do. Like make 10% on an account and I leave that account for payout, jump onto a different one, and if I get a clean price action on the other account, I'll take a trade on that one. And if I can get 10% on that one, I'll just leave that one alone, right? I don't need to trade one account every day, all day.
Right, bro, on that, one time you said like if you get like a loss limit on one account, like just like if there was a better trade there during the day, that you would just hop onto a different one and take a trade.
Yeah, of course.
But then wouldn't that like later on down the line mean that like one account just takes all the losses while the other ones like sometimes eat the wins or sometimes, you know what I mean?
No, it all averages out. So like obviously how many accounts I've got? Around 12, I think it is now. So if I take like 2 losses on one, and you know if the price action is also so clean all day, like it's very clean, and I can see like a very high probable trade coming in after, like I'll be taking that one on a different account, yeah. So it's not about one, because what I'll do is like if I win that trade on that other account, obviously I'm gonna then jump onto the other one with 2 losses the next day, yeah, and then try and get that back up.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
You know, like that's it. Yeah. So what time?
Hey, Cash.
Yo.
Sorry, man.
No worries.
Probably gonna get kicked after this. So All right. So can you go on 5 minutes?
5 minutes. Yeah, sure you go.
Okay, so not the last range that you mapped. Okay, the previous one.
This to this.
Yes, that one. So hang on. Okay, so we had now not the very low of the range. So before the low, it made a big bearish candle and then a bullish one. Yeah. Not down. Go down. Yes. Okay. So it made a bearish one, and then there's a bullish there. There's a bullish candle there with a gap, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you wouldn't say that that's a chalk.
Like this, no.
No. Okay.
And you know why?
Yeah, because of that big candle and is that the wick at the top? Is that why you say that? Oh
no. What is a bullish range you need to have?
Yeah, yeah, an opposite candle. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So when it doesn't have it, then it's not a chop. Then I'll be like still this to this.
Okay.
Can't the starting candle be the opposite?
Sorry?
Can't the starting candle be the opposite? So from the low of the range itself.
But this is like just the highest point, right?
Right, but the lowest point.
The lowest point is still bullish, yeah.
No. From before the highest point was the lowest point. Yeah, that's the starting candle.
No, it's not the starting candle.
Yeah.
It's a starting candle of the bearish range, yes. But then from the bullish range is from this sell to buy.
Right, but we're focused on the bearish range.
Yeah, bearish range is valid. That's valid.
Right, so it could have been drawn from that.
From here to here.
Right.
As soon as it chucks bullish, it completely changes. Like, it's like, that's not your range anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not your range anymore. Get me? Small details like that shit.
Yes, just these small stupid things that take you off track.
Yeah, I've been through this, bro. It is hard, but once you get used to it in your head, like, do you remember that 15-minute track at the bottom? Actually, this is a good thing to talk about in terms of shit wicks. This is a good thing to talk about here. So like, this is your low. You had a push up, right? Push up, and then it has a gap here with a bullish candle, and then in terms of the opposite direction, we have the bearish candle and then a gap here. Yeah. So it's a valid chalk on both sides. Yeah. And then because we already chalked bullish before the shit wick, yeah, we already bullish, right? You see how we already are bullish now?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if a shit wick happens now to go bullish, right? Because we already are bullish. So for this to happen, it's a continuation now, yeah? It's not a chalk now. You understand?
Yeah. So so for shit wicks, yeah, it's one thing. But in that case, because I understand what Asta was asking, because technically, you know, there's no range, there's no new range in that case. If you go back to that 5 minute, there's no range created.
There's no valid range in the opposite direction.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's no valid range, you don't count the chalk, you said.
Exactly that, yeah. So this one has a valid range on both sides.
Okay, so we don't count it. We don't count any chalks even on 15M or 4 hour or whatever.
What do you mean?
If the same things happen, if the same thing happens on a 15M on or a 4 hour, we don't consider. I mean, we don't consider the price chalked anyway. Like, I think it was yesterday on the 4 hour.
So it needs a valid range, yeah. Like, so like these are valid ranges of both sides. So if it chalks bullish, then it's a valid chalk. But if this was a bullish candle in here, and then next and a bullish candle again, like, so no bearish candles, right? So then this would not be a bullish chalk. Then you'd have to be like, okay, still from, you know, the highest point, yeah.
Okay. What about if it is one candle, that bearish candle, in case of that 5 minute chalk that I asked you? Sorry, man, just trying to understand this because, that one. So let's say that that, so it creates the low, yeah, with a big wick, yeah. Let's say that that candle bullish closed up with a body. Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so again, invalid.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, still invalid. It's still invalid. That's even worse. That's like one big candle like this. Yeah, that's even worse.
And if the next candle closed up with a body instead of only a wick, same thing?
This one?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how it closes. If the range is not valid, it doesn't matter what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason
so we don't. So in that case, there's no chalk because there's no range, and so we don't consider any POIs. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Only time this would be valid is only if this was a bearish candle.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be then you sell to buy, and then you'd be like, okay, cool, right?
Yeah, basically, has a range on both sides.
Yeah, it has to be valid on both sides. Like, can't just be valid on one and then it chucks, and then it's like, the fuck happened there? Like, if this was just a body like this, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what happened to the gap then? What happened to the pullback, like from this wick to the bottom? Like, what happened? Nothing.
No, yeah, right. Because for some reason I remember that we don't consider the closing candle the one that forms the range.
Yeah, you can't class that as like yeah. You can't class that as an opposing candle, no. You can't class that as anything. Yeah. The one that like breaks this low here, like you can't class this candle that the candle that broke as anything. You can't class it as a candle inside the range, and you can't class it as like the candle. You can't class it as anything. So it doesn't matter if it's a wick or body, it's still broken the low. But now you have to understand, like, was it a real range? Was it actual order flow range, or was it just a wick or just a little break or something? Like not important, or maybe just a demand zone break or supply zone break, yeah, but not a valid range, not an order flow range.
Okay, but the candle that closes and forms a new range can be both bullish or bearish, yeah.
Anything,
doesn't really matter.
Anything doesn't matter. It could be a wick or body, black or white, red or green. Doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Some people got the red and green colors still on my days. They're gonna get kicked soon, bro. Soon. And Nikolai's pink Tatiana colors. Holy.
Right, bro.
Holy.
Bro.
Yeah.
So shit like that you were just on about. So if there's a valid range on both sides and then it chucks breaking order flow, so bearish order flow and then it chucks the bullish side, but there was a valid range bullish, it can count as a chuck bullish, right?
Yeah.
But you would need to follow through.
So if it was a shit wick, like, yeah, you need to follow through. Like, you need just one more candlestick, like, going higher, like a wick or something. Yeah?
So if there was valid ranges on both sides, whichever side it chucks on, the side that it follows through on.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
that's right.
Cool.
Yeah. Exactly. And remember, that's only if it is a shit wick. Because if it's not a shit wick, then it's just a normal chalk. Like, you don't need a follow through. If it's literally just a standard chalk like this, then that's just a normal chalk. There's nothing, right? If that one candle takes a low and high like this, that's a shit wick. That's different. Then you need a follow through. Then you need a pullback and a break. Yeah. No, it's David 82.
Hey,
how you doing?
Guys?
Hello. How's it going?
Hi guys. Oh, fine.
Good.
You say before that you will not buy from here because you have the space for the 10R. But what about the 2 buys before?
Yeah, these
3 buys. Yeah. Do you have the space for the 10R?
Yeah, we're pro trend everything. Yeah. So like these buys are pro trend for hour. It's pro trend 15 minute. So like it has more actually like a reason to go higher. It has so much reason. These ones, they have a lot of reason against it. Yeah. It has a lot of reason against it. Like literally, we just broken 4 hour. We can expect a pullback. Secondly, 15 minute is bearish, so we could come back into this and mitigate and go lower. We could do that. And again, we are stuck in between high time frames zones. Like I've just refined it now, but we was stuck in between like high time frame POIs like these, like this to this, and we have this in the way. We have a lot of things in the way, yeah. And that's the reason why it didn't really work out, it's just messing around and bullshit, because it doesn't really want to go fully from here to here. Like, it doesn't want to go yet. Maybe later, but I don't care about the later. Like, in the moment, I'm not taking a trade.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Let's see. But yeah, what I'll do right now is simply put my alert on this, right? Put my alert on, obviously, if it was to break this, then what we got to do is delete this POI because there's nothing going to be clean underneath this on the 4 hour, I believe. Was it on a 6? Let me just double check on the 6 hour. What, just to this? Nah, we'll not do that. Yeah, so I would delete it. Like, I would just delete it. If it breaks that 15-minute bullish right here, I would just delete that POI, and I'll be looking for a sell from here, right? And I'll be looking for a sell from here, and then a buy from here, right? But also you got to pay attention that like 4 hour is bullish. So if it does break that 15-minute bullish, EM2 buys would be valid. Yeah. Like, yes, we look for sell, but buys are also valid, right? One of them could play out right over the other. Either this one could play out and come in a bit lower to get into cheaper pricing on the 4 hour time frame before higher pricing, or we come like here, continue higher, right? We continue on the 4 hour to make higher highs. It could do that. Okay, so you got to always think about two options. Like, it could either do this, or it could do this and come lower. It could do one of these, right? Signals.
But if it breaks that high that you marked and comes back down straight away, we don't really have space for an M2 buy anyway. So
no, we do, because then we're pro trend 4 hour and pro trend 15. So like it has a lot of like reason for it to go, and also because this is refined 4 hour.
So in that case, you don't consider that 15-minute supply.
Yeah, I'll sell from here because we haven't come into the discount yet of 4 hour. So I'm always
you're going to be a risk off before you get to supply anyway.
Well, of course, exactly. But it's also like whatever comes first is what you take in it. It's not like you could just choose, you could just be like, okay, it has to either you're only going to sell from here and you're not going to look for any buys. You can choose that. But for me, it's like, on a good normal day, on a nice clean price action day, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to, if price comes to here, I'll look for the valid sell. If then it doesn't give the sell, it wants to continue, then cool, whatever, right? If it comes like this back down, I'll look for the buy first. That's it. I'll look for whatever comes first, Because it's like they're all valid, isn't it? They're all like high probable trades. It's like here sell, here sell. If it breaks this high, buys are valid for 4 hour bullish, 15-minute can be bullish with pro trend. If it was to come into this extreme of 4 hour, we can look for buys. It's even better pricing. So they're all valid. They're all nice trades, all high probable trades. So I'll take whatever comes first. That's it.
Yeah, I was wondering because we didn't take the EM1 buy for space reasons. So I was wondering why we take the EM2 buys.
Because then we have space. Because then we've not got 50-minute in our then we've got 50-minute in our favor as well at that point, right? Because then we've got this is not against it then. So this will be destroyed, right? This whole supply will be gone, destroyed. And then we'll have 50-minute our favor, 4 hours bullish, 50-minute bullish. Like, yeah, you can say that we have this in the way, but again, I'd rather be looking for buy and expecting this high to get broken than expecting 15-minute to get broken, because that's just predicting too much, right? 50-minute is bearish. Expectation order flow could do this, right? Yeah. But once we have broken 50-minute, then it's more likely that we could continue higher.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, all right.
Copy, roger that, yeah. All of that good shit.
Roger that.
Would you refine that 6 hour demand right below or remove it? Never mind, you answered it. Yeah, I'll just delete it. It's nothing left really. Range change. What the hell? Range change.
Gosh, did you just insult my pink colors?
Maybe.
I was on a call, so I couldn't interrupt.
Yeah, you'd have to rewatch. You'd have to rewatch the call.
Just rewatch it and cry myself to sleep.
I didn't say nothing. But yeah. the top high time frame supply is 12 hour wick. Let's see. The top high time frame supply is 12 hour wick. This one here. Yeah, 12 hours, I think 6 hours the same. Let's see. Yeah, same. 12 hours, 6 hours, same shit. Wow. Yeah. Cool. So that's the game plan, right? We're waiting for a few things. Put my alert on this. Let it break this high, right? Then we can look for like this to that would be like your range, maybe on a 15. Yeah. Sell to buy, flips and breaks the range. That would be your range probably. Sells from here still valid. Not selling. Okay. Yep. So yeah, wait for this, and if this breaks, I'm going to delete this, and then I'll be looking at this 4 hour or 11 hour demand, which is basically just the extreme, just one push, one leg, yeah. 11 hour candle, okay. And alerts and chill, yes, alerts and chill. No Netflix. That's it. So yeah, I'll wait for that. And
looks like it's gonna be another weird night, but
yeah, I mean, like yeah. It's all month has been
night for me anyway.
All right, I see. Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah. It's just how it is. This is life, trading life. You know, we want it to be all smooth and amazing. I'm like volatile, but I mean, there's only so much you can ask for in this sort of markets and shit like this industry that we're in and what we're doing. So it's a weird job, but you know, marking up lines and boxes for a living. So
I think Lorenzo has a question, bro.
Who is that? Astor.
Forgot my original question, but I have a different one now. The 11 hour demand. Show it, please.
11 hour demand. Here?
No, the one above. The one that you've marked as 12 instead now.
Oh, you're talking about supply?
Supply, sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay. This one.
Yeah. Right, it says an extreme now, but on the 11 hour, what did it look like? It was originally 11 hour, right? And it was.
Oh, this one, yeah. This bullish body and wick.
Yeah. So would you not just refine to the wick itself now?
The wick itself? I think that is a 12 hour. Oh, is it not? Yeah, no, I wouldn't do the 11 hour because, to be honest, like I don't like it when it wicks in like this. I usually like find a cleaner POI. One that's like fully engulfed and fully like not mitigated or anything. Right. So I'll just go on to 11 hour then, or which one was it? 6 hour. I think it was this wick, which is like 11, 12 hour. Yeah, same wick. So I'll just have it like that really.
Right.
What I just like to do is like have clean POIs and I just simply will wait for it to come into that. If it doesn't come into that, I don't care, no trade. If it comes into that, then I'll look for a trade. And that's it. That's how trading should be, is like, you know, having like clean stuff marked up in your charts and either has to do this, then you'd be interested. If it doesn't do this, there's no trade for you, not interested. And you just leave it alone. You come back later, come back tomorrow, put an alert on a different POI instead. And then if that's your luck, and you get it. If there's no luck, no good trade, that's it. You move on, right? There's so many trades in a month that you can take. So like, you know, not being in a trade one day doesn't really not affect you at all. You know, I had to get through that mindset myself last year. I was like thinking I need to be in like 10 trades a day. When you're watching stuff on Instagram and stuff, you're thinking like, oh, like how can I catch this buy from there and sell from there and buy from here? Like, and you don't see all the losses that happens in the background. you just see the empty, what's it called, the trading view.
Yeah.
It's funny because I've been through the same style, like I did the same trading and I know how it is. So it's like it's funny to see. It's easy to fall into that trap. So I know especially when you're new and you like look at it, like you think this is like eye candy and you're like this is amazing. Like it really is not. Really is not. Like if you check like how do banks trade, how do like big, institutions trade, bro. They don't trade like none of that shit. You hear me? Like they'll take.
They do. They've actually got pink colors now on that chart.
They got pink colors as well, right? Because of you.
That's where I got it from.
Ah, makes sense. That's why you
if you want to call Demo a bank.
Demo. Oh, Demo, bro.
That's where I got that.
I know you did. I know you did. I've seen everything. you fully copied this whole chart. Everything. I've seen it. When I had a Zoom with him like a couple months ago, and yeah, like I was looking at, I said the same thing, but I was like, yo, the colors, the pink colors, what are you doing? I don't know. Because I don't know how you can even tell the difference between your stop loss and the bro, it's just so pink. Like, I don't know how you do it. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, disgusting. Kicked. Disgusting.
I'll have a little think. I'll change it for you.
Yeah. All right then.
I like Picasso's. I might go blue.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Test it out, bro. Let me know. I like the purple one. I think you had a purplish theme going on. I don't know what it was. It was like not purple. It was like a maroon. I like that one. Yeah, I had the maroon colors, like the bearish. Yeah, they were nice. But your TP thing, yeah, that needs to change 100%. That needs to be gone. Oh wait, hold on. Astor.
Yeah, just still the 11-hour wick. It's not engulfed.
Wait.
Like it doesn't engulf the body, and at the same time, you said it was also right on the 6 hour, which on the 6 hours really not engulfed. It's completely different. Not the 11 now, so 12 now. Get out of my head. Yeah.
See this?
Yeah, that doesn't engulf anything in terms of like body or wick on the 12. It does though. I think
you're talking about a wick. No,
yeah.
Wick. Like.
Go on the 12 because that's what you drew. It was a bit cleaner there.
12 hour.
12 hour, yeah. Yeah, and then that in and of itself doesn't engulf the previous body. You said that at least at best it can engulf the body, right?
No, a wick doesn't need to like how can a wick be engulfed?
No, like the candle itself has to like engulf.
No, like that's if you're using the full candle, yeah. If you're using the full candle, like so let's say for example I'm using a full candle like like here I think it was like 5 hours. Okay. Now the full candle is engulfed.
Right.
But this wick alone, like so what do you mean? Like that doesn't need to be.
No, I just mean that like in this case the candle itself is engulfed, so then you can just refine to the wick when that candle gets
no on this time it's engulfed, this time frame.
Yeah.
What about this time frame?
It's not.
Exactly, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, facts. But then
it's the same like that wick.
But then it's not in the extreme, it's like a internal little high. Like the actual extreme is that one, like the one that you're also
like this one.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just an internal high.
Internal in the whole range, you mean? But
yeah.
As in, yeah. But of course, if this wick here does something significant, like this whole move, it does something significant, it takes out lows, for example, right? Like it takes out demand, takes out low. Like I can still use it as a high time frame point of interest for like a counter trend sell pullback buy, counter trend sell pullback buy, right?
So it doesn't have to take out an actual low, because I saw on June 22nd the EM2 markups, there was a mitigation chain.
June 22nd.
Yeah, this one, literally right there.
This?
No. Bit forward.
Yeah.
I might be off. Keep going forward.
Wait, what?
Hold on, just...
You can answer it, yeah.
Yeah, but I need to listen.
It's easy, yeah.
Let me try and find it. Maybe I'll just find it on Discord and I'll be back.
Yeah, but you just remember, like, an extreme is something that will lead to a cause of a break of, like, a low, right? Like, obviously, that's what an extreme of a range is. Like, it's like a high that led to a cause of, like, a low getting broken, this low getting broken, right? It led to something. it doesn't mean it was the immediate high that broke the low. It doesn't mean that. That's an ST flip. Yeah. There's a bit of a difference. It's just like let's go on to 5 hour here. So like this low here is an extreme of breaking 4 hour, but this was your ST flip that actually broke it. Yeah. But it led to the break of this high. So
yeah.
It was extreme point that led to it. So that's what it really is.
Try June 22nd again? It must be June 22nd.
Oh, I'll see you in a bit. Nikolai, June 22nd. Here.
It's weird. Yeah, it doesn't match up. It looks a bit more like this essentially.
See in a bit, just.
From memory, it looks like that, but then the mitigation chain, but it was like in a different way. I don't remember where it was exactly.
Maybe here.
Yeah, Patrick found it. Yeah, it's that. So it was June 7th. It was really like early on.
June is 7th, yeah.
And essentially started drawing things like, I don't know, like here. Like you drew something else like up here, I think. Like this was in like a zone, and then you just.
No, I didn't draw these as like 4 hour zones to self.
Right.
Because what happened here was like we went bearish, but then we went bullish.
Right.
So I will draw a zone here to buy from here.
Right. But then everything that happened here was just to show the mitigation, but it wasn't actually.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just to show like supply chain. It doesn't mean I'm selling from that.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I'm selling EM1 from here because this high didn't do shit.
Right. But if it actually had like broken through, you could have used it's like one extreme and you hadn't like mitigated, and then you could have used like the other one as like a second extreme.
Yeah, because this is the flip and break. Yeah, so then this would be valid. Yeah.
So you could use both essentially.
Yeah, both. Yeah, because that would be the extreme of the range. That would be the flip of the range, basically. Like, so use both.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no worries. 6. So what do you get? Continuing. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, everyone put your lefts and just wait for this to break. Maybe come into this. Maybe breaks it and comes pullbacks, and then we look for buys. So that would be the next step right now. Whatever happens next, it could take out this low on even, continuing like that 50-minute bearish. Again, I'm not looking for sells. What I'll do instead, I'll just look for the break of the 50-minute high or come into that 4 hour demand and then look for the buys. Yeah, one of these. So always think ahead. Yeah, like have a game plan. Just know like it has to do. I want it to do this or this. It could either do this or this. And then we look for the entry. Then we look for the next plan. Okay. So hopefully that helped. And what's the time? Been like a couple hours again. Always. But yeah. Any last questions?
Yo, literally just from that question, last one. You see the sessions.
Yeah.
Because do you feel like it matters, like just stick to specific sessions? Because I feel like,
I mean, it only matters if you only have like, if you don't have time to do anything else, as in you're busy, you work 9 to 5, you have other things to do, like I do, like you got other errands, that you can't be active, you can't be like available.
Yeah.
Then you can't be available. You have to stick to one session. So make sure you just stick to that one session every single day. You be disciplined and you wait for that session. If an entry comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. And that's life.
Right. Just don't jump between sessions, because I was thinking about that in like in terms of like let the edge play out. If you jump between sessions on a daily basis and play out, like.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, sessions. Yeah, it's still daily, and it's like day to day. Different trades come at different times at different places. On different days, like, so for me, I think of it more of like monthly stuff. Like I think of long term, because an edge is like, it's not day to day, it's like over a period of time, like even quarterly. I think of it like long term, and that's how you should really be thinking about trading. Is like, don't think like, oh, today gave like 2 losses, but then tomorrow gave like 0 trades, and then like, so the strike rate is this now and then it's this now. Like, that's stupid to think that. Yeah.
So
you don't do day to day. You think of it like month to month, basically. Like this month was slow. Okay, next month was busy. Last month was really busy. Like then you average it out over months.
Right.
Of a year.
But like if you're like active, like let's say like you decide to only trade London and NY, and you're active after like NY and like it's late NY and then you just see trades. Do you stick to the tangent on the trade or see something like? Because I feel like that's like a level of FOMO at the same time. Like you have a bit of fear of just sticking to what you would normally do.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you normally do and you don't want to deviate ever away from it, then just stick to what you do. You don't need to, like if you get informal, because that's a personal thing, and it's like getting formal, having psychological issues, having like mental issues, it's a personal thing. It's not an edge thing. Like it's not a strategy thing. It's just it's a personal thing. So if you don't feel like if you don't feel any sort of like negative emotions, nothing at all, like, and you just are raw, but you calm, you're blessed, you don't care what happens, like you just chilling, like, then it doesn't matter. Like, but if you have issues with certain things, you need to address some issues and work on how to fix some issues. And to fix some issues, if that means like you should only be sticking to that one session, then do that. Do whatever it takes. Like, like I remember what I used to do. I used to do crazy things like, I mean, it sounds crazy to me now, but it's not that crazy. But like when I used to be in a trade, I used to put on like an alarm on my phone saying like a 5-minute or 10-minute alarm. I can't remember that. Like I don't look at the chart for at least 5-10 minutes after I enter a trade. Like small things like that. Just because, like, again, personal things. It's like personal. Like personally, you want to go break even too early, or you want to take a partial, you want to do something, mismanage a trade. So like, and you get fear, you get emotions of like that trade going up and down in profit or loss or whatever. So like, it's all these small things. You got to do whatever you got to do to address these issues. It's all personal. No one's all the same. Everyone's got different ways of handling things and stress and emotions and blah blah blah. So it's all you got to do what you got to do, and that's why I recommend it. Like, if one session will help you tackle like your psyche, do that. If not, if like if you're chilling, like you have no issues anymore, like you're like a machine robot, like you don't care. And then for me, I just put my alerts on, and then if it comes in the day and I'm free, like I'll take it. If it doesn't come, I don't take nothing. Because I'll build that like discipline and patience and stuff. I don't have any sort of like formal or anything. I don't feel none of that shit because I already like have my accounts and stuff, right? Like I don't.
You've been through already.
Yeah, I've been through. I already have the accounts. I passed. I've got funded. Everything. I made payouts. So when you do get to that level, then trust me, the formal thing is not even existent anymore.
Yeah.
It's not even there. It's like not even a thought in your head. So for me, it's not even a thought. It's just like it's something I used to do. Yeah, used to have last year, but not again. Like it shouldn't happen forever, your whole life. Like it's not. But yeah, hopefully that helped, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good call, good discussions. Jameson, another question.
Sorry, bro, I joined too late. My question is about when I try to enter at the first 15s range after 1M choke. When do you recommend doing that, or do because if you know what I did yesterday, I entered right at the choke when
like
15S was aligned.
Yeah, like something like you did this, but it was like really like something.
Yeah.
But
I saw some trade that you took and you entered at the 15-second range.
Like even this one is inside the 15 seconds.
Yeah. So what's the rule for me to enter at the 15-second range and don't wait for another choke?
I would say this, like to be honest, like I'm gonna drop it in the chat in the Discord. But the thing is, when I've noticed, obviously a lot of people like you should. We talked about it in the last time. It's like the 1 minute was like so big and it breaks over here and then you just enter like that. Yeah. Like, and you see how many times I get stop loss, right?
Yeah.
And it could be the size of the range is huge, it could be you can't cover your stop loss from here to here, you can't cover it, right? And after a major you know, at a major run and the highs, like you get a deeper pullback, right? So a lot of things are like there, right? So I'm just, in terms of like a rule, like I'm gonna think about it and obviously let you know in the chat. I've got the chart markups as well of like I think there's like 3 losses that happened from doing that, from entering like here and stop loss like here with the 15 seconds, just mitigation, right? But I think 15-second chop, like when it's so big like this, I've noticed that like waiting for 15-second chop instead, in like a 1 minute POI in the range would be better idea.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought of one rule. I will try to draw it when you have. It's gonna be quick. When you have like 1 minute range and the last range is 15 seconds. You have 1 minute range like this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So if it something like this happens, like immediate pullback, you don't enter at the first range. But if something like this happens, when it gives like bigger, larger break, then it's probably more likely it's gonna reverse from the 15-second range if the 15-second doesn't flip bullish, of course.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Like, you can't put measurement on that, can you? So
yeah,
that's the issue. Like, you can't really put a measurement saying like how far this needs to pull back and go. And after this is subjective, and that's why I hate to talk about subjective shit. But when it's like this big ass 1 minute range and it does that little 15-second at the end and entering like this, usually that ends up being a loss a lot of times, that I've noticed. So yeah, if you just completely like, delete that whole entry, then I mean that wouldn't be a good idea either, because like then you can't enter this trade, you can't enter like this, I don't know, like these ones are different. But yeah, it's like when a range is huge, like 1 minute range sometimes could be massive, like this, for example. Let's say this is whole 1 minute range, and this little 15 seconds entry like this doesn't work out. It's because it needs to pull back deeper. Like a lot of times it breaks this and pull back deeper, then go, right? So expecting it just to continue to like melt from there all the way to the floor, like no pullbacks, it's a bit of you're asking too much. Yeah. Like it's not gonna do that. Yeah. Like this impulse, how many times has it happened? Maybe 2 times. Okay. None of this, right? It melted like a little bit here, but it doesn't happen often, right? So for you to like expect it to like do that every single time, it's a bit of you're asking too much. You're asking too much. Like it might just be this month as well, but trust me, like holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of risky, obviously, like trying to enter as soon as it breaks 1 minute here and stuff. But I've seen it to mitigate. It mitigates a 1 minute POI and then gives a 15-second chop. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's even better, So that's what I've noticed. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
One question popped in my head. Isn't the 1.8 pip stop loss on the short yesterday also subjective?
It's not subjective, because anything under 2 pips is ideal. Like usually 1.8, 1.9. It's like it gets big, obviously, but it's just the fact that like it's London. It's not London. It's New York, so it's like more volatile and bigger pip sizes and stuff. So it's a valid trade, of course. It's just about like you might miss it if you want tighter stop loss. You might miss it, but if your understanding of like the ranges, the pip sizes, the volatility and everything, and you was like, okay, I need to make sure I actually get in this trade because of the fact that like it's quite like it's moving a lot, like it's the pip sizes are increased, and you're trying to like that okay, even if it's a 2 pip or 1.9, 1.8 pip stop loss, like you can still get 10R and it has like a lot of space. Then that's the main thing. It's about the space.
It has a lot of space.
It has a lot of space to melt to the floor, like like I think it was this one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has a lot of space because it's at the top of like the range, and it has a breakdown here. Like it's so much space, and 4 hours bearish as well. And that's the thing. Like when things are all aligned, then you can increase your stop loss a little bit, because then you have space to do things. But when you're such in a small tight gap space here, there's nothing going on for you to like the morning one, right? same like this. Look how like tight and compressed this whole thing is. 2 pips. This whole thing is 2.3, like 2 from there to there, 2.6 pips. So for you to enter with a like
2 pips stop loss.
2 pips stop loss is stupid, isn't it? Like for you to enter like this, 1.6 is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you know, you have to be all about like read price action. Like just read, you know, look at it. Like is it proper impulsing? Is it flying? Is it melting? Like is it doing like a lot of shit, or is it just tiny smaller ranges that's not doing fuck all, like in like this? Like would I want to enter this range with a 2 pip stop loss? No. So like why would I enter on the chalk like this? Why?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. You know, I'd wait for mitigation. If it doesn't want to give me mitigation and wants to go from 2 pip stop loss, then fuck off. You feel me? Like it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't affect me. So when people get FOMO when they miss a trade and it goes 10 hour, this is just a really bad mindset.
Yeah.
Really bad mindset. Like you should not even give a crap about a loss, a win, a miss, you know, whatever, break even. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's not the end of the world. You're not gonna die. Like literally. So just take what's valid, take what's nice and clean, and every single month gives you amazing trades. So just, you know, take the trades that are like so textbook that you can explain it to like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, literally, you know, take the trade, be like, okay, 10-year-old, it went from these lower lows to like the higher high, and then I took the trade because it's bullish now. I'm like, bro, like, end of the story. It went to 10 hour and I closed the trade, and then we bought some chicken and went to sleep. You know? Like literally, like what the fuck, bro.
Yeah.
But anyways,
thank you.
No problem. Last one, Astor, bro. Come on.
You must be having my questions, huh?
What happened?
You must be having my questions. Just like it's pretty cool with using the range tool to just like kind of see like the way the price is moving, because I was like looking at it from like the perspective of like a single candle and how there's a bunch of imbalance being left, and that for me was my definition of it moving in a volatile way. The range tool just shows that it's barely going anywhere.
Yeah.
The question was over here, second 5 in range. So you got the first one, then you got the second one. Would the bottom of like let me just say rather than
I can't hear you.
Pointing. This.
Oh, yeah.
Would that like be like a little weird valid 1M POI that you could use for an entry?
But I wouldn't enter because.
Oh, I know, yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, like in terms of
because of this. 50-minute was bearish, comes back into the premium, so I can't enter this.
Oh yeah, second one.
Yeah. Like second one, you can't enter the trade.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. The first one is fine. It's the first chalk, so it's fine. Second one, I'm not like especially melting off like that. Yeah, no chance.
Pretending that it's not there, would it be bad? Just in terms of Alright, cool.
I'd say so. Yeah. If this was not the reason, 15-minute premium, maybe if it was just like this, continuing, and you know, to give a nice POI, you could continue this,
Right.
Yeah, you could continue that. That's
cool.
Crazy. Like, did it even break? 15-minute respected it, melted off to the floor. Look at the time. New York Stock Exchange open. Everything collapsed. So not worth being active on this shit right now. I think it's gonna take out these lows, take out all this shit here, melt to the floor. And if it does that, then what we're waiting for is like 5M chop in this POI here. Yeah, I'll delete it. If this gets smashed, delete this, come down, give you a 5-minute chop here or a 15-minute chop anywhere. Right. EM2 pro trend buys. Okay. So that's a forecast. And yeah, below 1.5. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it's like, you know, a lot of them won't be like big stop losses, and that's fine. You know, how do you do in live where you retake this 1.9 potential obstacles? Yeah, like I said earlier, if there's no obstacles in the way, there's a lot of potential. Like with pro trend, everything. Like I'll be taking these sells. it has a lot of room and space to do it. Like, I'm on it. Like, I'm on it. It's not about like obviously every single, like not every single trade will be 1.8 pip stop loss. Not every single trade will be 1 pip stop loss. So, you know, a lot of them will be very varying in between, whatever, right? But again, like it's all about just, has it got space? Has it got room? Is it pro trend? Like, have you got things in the way? Do you have 4-hour zones in the way, 50-minute zones, whatever? Do you have things against you or things aligned, right? So when they're aligned and stuff, and you can see how like price is moving, volatile, like, you know, you can be taking a bigger stop loss trade, like it's because you can expect that trade to actually move more, right? And that's really it. That's really it. Yeah. So yeah, just patiently waiting now for like a few things to happen. Most likely, probably might take out this low on the 15 and down, and could continue. This could happen. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So we'll end it here then. If you got no more questions. Asta, don't say you got your hand up again.
I just put it down.
This guy. Yo, funny. Yeah. Okay, we'll end it here. I'll put it on the website in a bit as well, so you can rewatch and stuff. And they'll still be on there until like next week on Wednesday, same as tomorrow. Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Nice one, bro. I will see you later. Take care.
Catch you later, mate.
Chad. Take care.
Thank you, bro.
Yo.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Whoa. Relax. Take care. Cheers. See you later. Stay safe in a bit.